Hi everyone, Ali Reiner here, and welcome to Loved Again and Forever. And I'm the Loved Again and Forever coach. My job is to move you from not knowing where you are in your relationship to being 100% convinced of the right decision for you, and then helping you move towards that right decision and help you plan and get organised and get clear in your head what your actual action steps are to get there. I thought I'd pop in today because I'm off to London tomorrow. I'm off to London for 4 weeks. I'm speaking at an event on Friday morning, which is great. I think I'm up first on Friday morning, and then I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to listen to some really fantastic speakers talking mostly about business, but business in the way that I like to do business, not hard and selly and whatever, and an awful lot of how to manage your mindset and how to manage your how to integrate business and home life, especially if, like me, your business is run from your home. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to meet some of my heroes, or heroines rather, when I'm there. And I, of course, will be talking about self-love and how important it is both in your personal life and in your business life, and how your personal life does affect your business life, how to set boundaries and all the stuff that I talk about in here. But I wanted to pop in and say hello first of all. And if you read the comment at the top, are you comparing your hardship to someone else's shiny exterior? And I had this with a client the other day. She said, it's all right for you. Your life is, your life's in order, is perfect. She didn't actually say perfect. If you had it like I had it, then it'd be much more difficult. Surely my life is good. I have a good life. But, what I present here, what I present, when I'm at work, is my professional face. What I show you, I don't turn up and throw my elbows on the desk and say, God, my life's a mess. You'll never guess what my son did, or my husband, or, gah. Because that's not what you pay to come and hear from me. And in the same way as, as with the Facebook group, or even on my page, or even when I'm out networking, I don't go about and I don't tell you my intimate details, unless of course it's got something to do with the problem that you are currently wrestling with, and I think it's going to somehow give you a bit of clarity on your situation. It's not, so what you see from me normally is a bubbly, happy-go-lucky kind of gal, because that's really what I am at my heart. And that's what you see from most people. If you go online, if you go on to Facebook, all your friends are showing the best side of their life. Of course they are. Of course you get a few who occasionally sort of throw out a tantrum and share the worst of the worst. But in general, when people are on there, they want to make themselves look as good as they possibly can do. And what we find ourselves doing, and not just on Facebook, Facebook's really an easy one to spot, but in real life, if you think you go and meet your girlfriends for a coffee, you're there for 20 minutes, an hour, whatever, very rarely do you get down to the nitty gritty, unless they're those friends that, no matter what, you can just open up to. So normally you hear the good things that are going on in people's life, the promotions, the wedding anniversaries, the money that landed on their lap, how well their kids are doing, all the good stuff. That's normally what we hear from people. We don't hear the crap. And it's very easy when you're going through a tough old time to start comparing your life and the crap that's going on in your life with all this lovely stuff that you're hearing from other people. So for me, when somebody says, oh, it's all right for you, your life is so much better than mine, or you've got the husband and you've got the kids and you've got, what are you, how would you know how I'm feeling? Well, how would you know what I know? That's the thing. How can you judge me by my smile, by my exterior, unless we've had a conversation that goes a bit below that? So don't judge other people by what they tell you, one, and by what your expectations of the way somebody looks, or the general feeling that you have from them. And don't do that to yourself. Comparison, what is it they say? Compare and despair. You are never going to win the game of comparison if you're comparing what's going on inside of you with what somebody else is presenting on the outside. So that's one thing. Comparison is a nightmare. But on the other side, nobody has a fantastic life all the time. And some people have the knack of being able to enjoy their lives all the time, no matter what else is happening. And that's because they practice gratitude. And it's something that I had to learn to do. I wasn't naturally a grateful person. I'm a fun person. I do love a bit of fun, and therefore I was always looking to make the best out of bad situations. It was one of my saving graces in some really tough moments. I always needed to look for the fun, so I was always trying to make the best out of things. But what I didn't have was the ability to look for the best in the situation. I couldn't be grateful for what I actually had. So if I'm not grateful for what I have, I'm not going to be grateful for anything that comes my way, because I'll expect it to come my way. If I'm not happy with what I have here now on my own lap, then why am I going to be any happier when I get what I think I want, whether it's the perfect relationship, whether it's the job promotion, whether it's the bigger house, whatever it happens to be. So gratitude is something that I had to learn the meaning of, and now it's something I practice, and it's one thing that moves me from looking at other people and comparing myself to them, and allows me to look at myself and look at all the good I've got going on in my life. It doesn't matter that it doesn't mean rather that I've always have everything, all my shit together. I certainly don't. This is a pretty tough period for me in terms of my own family life, but I can turn that around. And I can be so grateful that my son's having a tough time, but where does my son go with his tough time? He brings it to me. He feels that he can come and he can share that. How blessed am I to have that? How blessed am I that my son feels safe and secure enough to share what's going on with him, and to allow me in to help him. That's huge. Now, before I started practicing gratitude and learning about gratitude, I would only been able to see it from the point of view that he was in trouble, he was having a tough time, he wasn't managing, and I'm feeling sorry for him and feeling sorry for myself. I wouldn't be able to see the other side of it, which is, oh my God, I can stand up, I can step up, and I can help him. And if I can't help him, I know people that will be able to. So how do I do that? Well, very simply, life is always, life goes up and down. Some weeks are great, some weeks aren't so great. Sometimes you have periods where nothing seems to be happening and you just go along quite nicely. And other times the shit hits the fan and you don't know, you don't know if you're coming or going. So on a regular, i.e. every morning, I get up and I write myself a gratitude list. What I am grateful for. What do I have at the moment that I'm grateful for? And some days I'm very profound, some days I can write, I limit it, I should say that I limit it, I only write 5 things because some days I could write 3 million. Other days I struggle to get to 5 because I wake up and I'm grumpy and I've got, things on my mind and I can't really think beyond, the problem that's presenting itself to me. But I can always come up with 5 things. And just for that moment I'm in the space of thinking about things to be grateful for. I'm not thinking about the things that aren't going well. And when you start to practice it and you start to do it and it starts to become a habit, it becomes so much easier when you hit those moments of desperation to be able to dig deep inside yourself and turn it around and look for the good in the situation. Even if the good is, I'm going to learn a lesson from this. I can't wait to find out what it is. And you might not believe it when you're saying it, but if you say it often enough, you begin to believe it. And it lightens the load slightly. So that's my rant for the day. as I say, I'm off to London. I'm very tired. I'm not sleeping particularly well because, yes, I do have some preoccupations at the moment, but I know where to take them. I know what to do with them. I know how to ask for advice now. I know how to ask for help now. And I also know in my heart that everything always works out for the best. It might not be my best. It might not be the best that I think up here it should be. In fact, very rarely is it. But with hindsight, I always see that everything works out for the best. So I'm sending you lots of good wishes. I probably will do, if I manage to get some decent Wi-Fi, surely in London I'll get decent Wi-Fi, I'll pop into the group and give you some updates on what I'm learning when I'm away. And yeah, have a great weekend. Look out for each other. Anyone's got any problems, we're always here in the group. We're always listening to each other. We're always here to help, to reach out and offer a helping hand. So make use of the space. Don't be shy. Big hugs. Love to you all. Bye.